Welcome back everyone. In our previous class, class 6th general science, in our topic our food, we have discussed about different things. So first one is we have discussed about why we eat food, and also we have discussed about ingredients, topic ingredients, and we have discussed about sources of food. Okay, and also we have discussed about what are the different parts of plant that we eat. Parts of plants that we eat. Okay, so and also in the topic of ingredients, we have discussed about other topic condiments also, ingredients and condiments. So now I will again explain you these terms very shortly. So ingredients means the materials which are required to prepare any particular food item. Okay, so for example, if in order to prepare boiled rice, we require raw rice and water. So raw rice and water are the materials and are also are called ingredients of that particular dish, which is boiled rice. And condiments, what are the condiments? Condiments are the food items which will give a particular taste to that dish. Okay, examples of condiments: almonds, cashew nuts, cloves, bay leaves, and cinnamon, cardamom. So like that. Okay, so next is sources of food. So where do we get food from, or where do we get these ingredients from? So we will get these ingredients from animals and plants. So animals and plants will become sources of food. And also some of the food items, so they are derived from minerals. Okay, for example, salt. So in our first class I told you about salt. Salt is obtained from seawater or ocean water, which is called mineral. And also like baking soda. Baking soda also is not obtained from animals or plants. It is derived separately. Okay, so like that there are some materials which are neither obtained from animal nor from plant. Okay, so but most of the food materials are obtained from plants only. Okay, so and from animals we get eggs, we get milk, and also we get meat. And from plants we get seeds, fruits, and leaves, and also stem. Okay, so these are different parts. Okay, so in the next topic we have discussed that plants have these different parts, right? So but based on the plant we will choose that particular part to eat. Okay, so in the third topic we have discussed about so different parts of the plant which can be eatable. Okay, so in our previous class also I gave you so I asked you to collect some information so regarding this parts of plant that we eat. Okay, I want you to collect at least 10 plants, and so the parts of these plants which are ready to eat, I mean which we can eat. And also in our fourth topic we have discussed about different food habits based on the place. That means different staple foods. Okay, we have discussed about staple food. Okay, what is staple food? So staple food is a particular type of food or particular type of dish which is preferred in one particular which is preferred by group of people in that particular region. For example, in Telangana rice is staple food, or rice based products are staple food. What are the rice based products? For example, bread and dosa and idli. So they are rice based food. Okay, so in Telangana we will prefer those food items which are rice food or rice based food as our staple food. Okay, when it comes to northern states they will prefer wheat based foods. Okay, so like that, based on the place we have our food preference. Okay, that is called staple food. Okay, so And so these are the four topics that are covered in our previous two episodes. Okay, so now in this class we are going to discuss about how food is prepared. What are the different ways in preparing food? Okay, so we all know that we are very fond of eating food, right? Okay, so we all have our own favorite food. Okay, so now, so for example, plants give us different types of ingredients, right? So can you eat that ingredient rawly? Okay, can you eat raw material, I mean any raw food item, so directly? So no, we don't eat raw food. Okay, so we will find any type of way, I mean any so we will find a way to cook, to combine all these ingredients, okay, so as one, and we will eat that item. Okay, so that is where cooking comes from. So we will cook different types of food materials as a single dish, and then we can eat. Okay, so that is how we managed our life, so that so the food can be eatable, I mean food can be edible. So there are different ways in cooking food. So I will give you some of the ways. For example, uh, let's take there are different types of ways. I will give you different types of ways, and then I will give you examples of those different types. Okay, so here different types of cooking food. Okay, so first one, it is boiling. Most common cooking way is boiling. And second one it is steaming. And third one, frying. So in frying also another type is deep frying. Okay, so next and the next one is so roasting. And next sixth one, fermentation. And seventh one, chopping and mixing. Okay, so these are the different ways of preparing food, these are the different ways of making food. Okay, so for example, let's take this first category, first type, boiling. Okay, so in this boiling category, so we will cook food with by boiling water. For example, boiled rice. Okay, so we will take some amount of water and some amount of suitable amount of raw rice, and we will boil this raw rice so in this water under suitable condition, under suitable temperature. Okay, so under the flame. So boiling is so what are the examples of boiling? Boiled rice, or also another example I can give you, eggs. Okay, so when it comes to eggs, we can't eat eggs rawly. Okay, so then what do we do? So we will just boil these eggs in the water. Okay, so that it can be eatable. So next is steaming. Okay, so steaming, so the most common example for steaming is idli. Okay, so now we will arrange all the idli. So what do we call that, idli rava, and we will just arrange it in an oven, and we will steam it. Okay, so then so the idli is arranged. So like that. Next, frying. So in case of frying, we will use some hot oil, so that in that food item will be fried. Okay, like that. For example, puri. Okay, or for example puri and pakodi, so like that. Okay. Okay, so and deep frying also comes in this category only. So uh, like we can say dosa, those things. Okay, so frying and deep frying are the same only, but when it comes to deep frying, it means we will heat the food item in some high temperature. Okay, so next roasting. Roasting means we will just uh, we will just we will just use some only low amount of temperature, and with the help of some oil only, we will just roast the items. For example, peanuts. Okay, we will just eat the peanuts with when we roast them. Okay, peanuts or any beans. Okay, peanuts or any beans, so we it can so they become so we can eat them after we roast them. Okay, the roasting is one type of making food. Next, fermentation. So fermentation means, okay, it is one type of a food process which you all know, but yet you don't know that it is a fermentation. For example, milk is converted into food, right? Okay, you all know where you get food, where you get curd from. We all get curd from milk only. So first, what do? We will first heat the milk, and then we will cool it, and after that we will add some amount of curd to this cooled milk, and we will just left it for almost 12 hours, okay, for overnight. And if you check this solution in the morning, this substance in the morning, it will become curd. Then so how this milk is converted into curd? With the help of fermentation process. Okay, so the process which undergoes in this in this period, in this 12 hours duration, is called fermentation. So fermentation is a process where one substance is break down into another substance. Okay, so now, so in this fermentation process, bacteria or microorganisms will play a vital role. Okay, they play an important role. So what is the role that they play is, they will help this substance to break down into smaller pieces. Understand? And for example, so when you prepare idli rava, so you will add this idli rava to water and those things, and so you will just left it for at least 12 hours. So that is where also fermentation process will continue. And also in case of dosa also, so before you use this before you prepare this dosa dish, okay, so you will prepare one solution where this fermentation process will takes place. Okay, so fermentation, with the help of fermentation, we can prepare different types of food items. So in those food items, so two examples are, one is milk is converted into curd, that means a curd preparation, and the next idli preparation. Okay, so in case of idli preparation also, we can just do this. We can observe this fermentation process. Next, chopping and mixing. Chopping and mixing is very simple. We can cut the different types of food items, and we can mix them, and then only it can be eatable. For example, fruit salad. Okay, so fruit salad. So fruit salad, and also in the preparation of any vegetable curry, we will just chop all the vegetables and all the different onions and these things, and we will just combine them. Okay, so and also in case of salad also, we will just chop different types of fruit items, and we will just mix them, and then it is very easy to eat it, and it is very edible to eat. Okay, so now we have discussed about different types of food items, food preparation ways. So there are different food preparation ways. So one is boiling, and whereas in boiling, we can boil rice and eggs. And when it comes to steaming, example of this type of preparation of food is idli. And when it comes to frying and deep frying, we can prepare food like puri, pakodi, and dosa. And in case of roasting type of food preparation, we can we can prepare food like peanuts and beans. And when it comes to fermentation, okay, curd and idli are prepared in this manner. So fermentation will process takes place in the preparation of curd and idli. Okay. So next, in case of preparation of food item like fruit salad, chopping and mixing we will use. Okay. So these are the different types of food items. I mean, these are the food different types of food ways, making food ways, which we will which we will prefer in preparing our different types of foods. Okay, so in our home also, uh, our mother will use these different types of food ways. Okay, so these different types of making ways, preparation ways, so to prepare different types of food. Okay, so now let's discuss about another topic. uh, so I will just erase these four topics. Okay, so so one thing is, so up to now we have discussed, I already told you in our first session. In this lesson we are going to discuss only about food, right? So first we have discussed about, we will so there is so much variety in the food that we eat. Okay, so and also there are different materials which are required to prepare food. And then we discussed about what are the sources of food, and we discussed about what are the different parts of a plant which can be eatable. And now we have discussed about different types of food, cooking food. Okay, so now once we prepare any food item, then what do we do with it? What do we so then so how will we plan to prepare, how will we plan to store it, to eat it for the next day? For example, if you prepare, if in your home your mother prepared a vegetable curry, so can you eat that vegetable curry the very next day when your mother prepared that? No, you can't. You can't eat that vegetable curry the next day. Okay, after its preparation. Why? Because that food, that vegetable curry, it will become spoiled. But what about the pickles? Okay, you can use pickles for so much long time. You can eat it for so much long time. Then how it is possible? So it is very simple. In the preparation of the pickles, we will add some food ingredients which will give some which will so which are useful for the storage storing of that food for the long time. Okay, so for example, in preparing mango pickle, we will add so much amount of salt. Okay, so salt, and we will add so much amount of oil. Okay, and we also add so much amount of fenugreek fenugreek seeds like menthulu. Okay, and these are the things which we will add in more quantity. Okay, so here, so these food ingredients will help mango pickle to last for long time. Understand? Okay, so these ingredients, salt, oil and fenugreek, will help mango pickle to last for a long duration of time. Okay, understand? So now this is, in case of mango pickle, salt, oil and fenugreek will become preservatives. Okay, so what do we call this? Salt, oil and fenugreek? Preservatives. Preservatives. Okay, so preserve. Preserve means, so the word preserve means to store something. Okay, here, to store mango pickle to last for very long time, we add salt, oil and fenugreek. So salt, oil and fenugreek are called preservatives because they help mango pickle to last for long time. So like that, we have different types of preservative which will help that particular food to last for a long time. For example, if you take any food item like a lace, okay, which you can buy in shops, okay, which are prepared in industries. Okay, so they have this list of particular ingredients. Okay, they have this list of particular ingredients in the back of their cover, so which are called preservatives. Okay, which will help that food to long for more time. Understand? So those are called food preservatives. So in case of when it comes to preservatives, there are different types of preservatives. For example, salt is one type of preservative, and turmeric powder is one type of preservative, and oil. Okay, so these are the different types of preservatives. And what I want you to do is, so the preservation of food is very common in all of our homes. Okay, your mother is very well known of how to preserve these different types of food, and I just want you to ask your mother to what are the different ingredients which your mother is adding to different food items, so that those food items will last for a long time. Okay, I just wanted you to make a list of any five preservatives. So other than these materials like salt, turmeric powder, and oil, other than these food materials, I just want you to list out any other five food items. I mean, five preservatives. Okay, so this is it, friends. So up to now we have discussed about so only so in our first class we have discussed about ingredients, and also we have discussed about condiments, and then we have discussed about sources of food, and then we have discussed about what are the different parts of a plant that we eat, and now we have discussed about different types of cooking food, and also we have discussed about so how to preserve food. Okay, preservation of food. Preservation of food. How will we preserve food? Okay, so we will by adding different types of ingredients. Those are called preservatives. Examples: salt, turmeric powder, and oil. By adding these preservatives, we can preserve food for a long time. So these are the topics in our first lesson, like our food. Okay, so now our first chapter, our food, is almost completed. So what I want you to do is, so list out any five food items, and list out what are the different ingredients that are required to prepare those food items, and then after, and another column to prepare, so what are the sources of these ingredients, and then next, what are the preservatives which we use in preparation of these food items. Okay, so that's it for everyone. This is the assignment for today's class. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all learnt very much from this, from my class, and so we will meet in our next session. Okay, thank you, bye.